Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of AM Minnesota. We're doing something that I don't recall doing much before anyway, and that's having kind of a double shot on the show today. A couple of fundraisers are coming up, and you only have so many days to plug the fundraisers. So we thought we'd have them both in studio at the same time. Hopefully this will work. I'm sure it will. We have Russ Schwictenberg with us from Camp Omega. As I said on my Facebook post promoting today's show, Russ, you may not know this, maybe I have told you, my first real talk with God was at Camp Omega.
I remember.
Teenager going to camp there. You know, and I went to church every Sunday because we were made, you know, Dad said, you live under our roof, you go to church, that kind of thing. But I didn't really have a, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the fire was lit at Camp Omega. So it's got a special place in my heart, you know?
Thanks for sharing that.
And I'm sure a lot of people have the same thing, right, Russ?
Correct, and that's what we want to build on more, bringing adults back to that spark that was started in our younger days with the Adult and Family Retreat Center, that the adults now experiencing Camp Omega in the future will reminisce on that spark or get re-sparked or keep that spark going.
Yeah, I think all of us have that light, but you have to get it stirred up somehow.
Absolutely, yes.
Diana Kelly's with us from Infants Remembered in Silence. How are you, young lady?
I am doing good.
All right, fantastic. Your event's coming up on Sunday, I know, because I'm calling BINGO.
You are. It'll be fun and entertaining. Maybe you'll ask for cookies again and get about 5 dozen.
I know. I probably will do that. Got to remember to bring some moolah. If you go to a fundraiser, you got to have some moolah.
You do. It's usually helpful.
Yeah. Infants Remembered in Silence, I think, started the year I arrived, 1987, right?
1987. 31 years ago.
Amazing. And of course, you've told the story many times on how it started. Really sad beginning.
Right. It started after my son was stillborn, and we decided we need to put some things together to help other people in the community. And so some friends and I started it, never expecting that it would be anything like this. We figured we'd help maybe one person a year, and that would be about it. And we didn't take long to discover it was going to be much more than that.
And you actually help people worldwide.
We do. We do. We have people who spend a lot of time coming onto the website and on Facebook and things, and we have connections with people all around the world. It's pretty amazing.
Camp Omega's raising funds for this new adult family retreat center.
Correct. We have a Omega Plunge, first ever. Camp Omega Plunge, next Saturday.
Are you plunging?
I will be plunging.
More than once?
I may plunge more than once. I have been asked on about 5 or 6 of the teams already. And
okay, so how much is it to make you plunge?
To make me plunge,
I mean, is that how it works?
Ideally, our original goal was to have 10 teams made up of 50 jumpers. And then those 10 teams, those team leaders of those teams would get some pledges or donations. Then our goal moved up to 20, and now it's at 25 teams of 50 to 65 jumpers. And then those teams would ask a few friends, relatives, their circle of friends or business to donate or to sponsor the team. That's been developing.
It's growing bigger than this?
It's, you know, when you're staring at or the thought of jumping in cold water, some people who raise their hand initially may be lowering their hand a little bit and second guessing themselves. Hence, I am still actively putting new people in line to jump, as some may be falling off the wayside or not so committed to jump.
Okay. I think I followed you on that. We're going to talk more about these two events that are coming up. Of course, the Camp Omega Plunge is in Morristown at the Community Center, and Infants Remembered in Silence event, the 21st annual Pancake Breakfast and Bingo Bash, is at the Faribault American Legion. The cakes are delicious too, by the way.
Oh, they're awesome.
Fantastic. But anyway, I digress. My stomach's growling as I'm thinking about those cakes down at the Legion. Right now we're going to get our opening market report, a service of your KDHL Agri Boosters, Agri Counter Crop Management Specialist, your Pioneer Sales Representative in the Faribault area, and Bart Jackson, Insurance Agency, downtown Faribault. Bart, of course, specializes in farms and business. Heighton Pro Dealer. Talk to Mark about seed, chemicals, fertilizer, crop insurance. Phone number is 507-676-7767 at Werner Farm Seed Dundas. For quality seed at reasonable prices, you can give Paul or Gene a call, 507-645-7995. Werner Farm Seed Dundas. Well, today we're doing a little harvesting. We're hopeful to harvest some folks' dollars for a couple of terrific causes. Camp Omega is having their plunge next Saturday. Registration's from 10 to 11 in the morning. The first jumper will jump in the pool, and we're going to tell you more about the pool here in a moment. Because when Russ first told me about this, I thought they were going to jump, in the over by the
park, Horseshoe Lake.
Yeah, somewhere where there is a, but you're not doing that.
No, all events will be at the community center in Morristown.
You're going to have the firefighters' pool there, right?
There's an overflow behind the new buildings that is required to be there. This overflow will be filled with 4.5 to 5 feet of cold, fresh water, and it's a very ideal, perfect spot for this. We have looked at a few different sites, and as the ideas were coming together, this is a very the right environment for our first one. We can't control the weather, but we can control the environment and the accommodations there. So it's very flexible. The firemen will be there to offer their security and support. So we're excited about the location of it.
Sure. 2 pools.
No, there's one. The information that went out a little bit, we were deferring to getting a couple pools and some slides to come down. We went to a better plan.
Oh, okay.
There's a man-made structure back there. It has a nice short grassy bottom, no rocks around it. It's ideal for this. LeCans Marine have donated a 30-foot long dock, so the jumpers will be able to have a nice dock platform to jump off into. 3, 4, 5 at a time can hold hands if they want to, or you can go off lone wolf if you want to.
Yeah. And how deep did you say this is?
It'll be 4.5 to 5 foot in depth.
Are you allowing kids to do this?
Mostly 18 and older.
Okay.
We do have some younger ones that have signed up, but that would be with a parent signing off on the waiver.
Okay. And this is next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday.
17th.
How can people sign up for this?
Email me. My information is russ@campomega.org. Cell phone, call me, text me. Get the ball started. I'm aware of most of the teams, so if I haven't communicated with you, please communicate back to me that you're thinking about it, and I'll try to encourage you and with a few of the minor little details.
And the teams raise funds. Right?
Correct. Ideally, a team, let's say KDHL has a team of jumpers, preferably there would be a donation, a sponsorship. Each of the jumpers, you get 5, 6 jumpers getting $50, $100 a piece. That pretty much adds up. That's what our target goal was of a team.
Okay.
If you not just one jumper, but a couple, 3. One team has 12 jumpers. One team I know of right now has a lone wolf jumper. He is looking for more jumpers with him.
And there's some cash awards here if this is accurate, your poster, right?
Correct. If there's the team that raises the most donations or sponsorship would be given a $200 prize money, and the team that comes with the most exotic costume or the costume best dressed team will also receive $50. We are going to have traveling trophies. This would be the first set of traveling trophies for the teams that, again, get the most in sponsorship or pledges.
So how cold is this water going to be?
I'm not sure of temperature. I know my hot tub, when it goes from 104 down to 98, that feels cold. Well, I believe, I shouldn't say, but this will be quite cold. 40s, 40-ish.
When it first goes in, obviously it'll be the temperature
Correct.
of the outside.
Correct. I think they're going to start
It's gonna be
building the
beautiful
pool
out
this
that
week
day.
now. This weekend.
It's going to be beautiful out that day.
Next Saturday?
Heck yeah, they're calling for warmer weather.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I didn't know they had it that far out. They got Forecast out for next Saturday, huh?
Mhm.
Wow. Well, that's good. That's good news. You don't want really cold weather, do you?
A little of the last few days of this blistering cold, it might have taken a little of the wind out of some of the sails of the people that were going to jump, just because it was so cold outside. But Lord willing, it'll heat up a little bit and we can have fun jumping in.
Yeah, they get it all the proceeds benefit Camp Omega's Adult Family Retreat Center. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. But first of all, Diana, you've got a list of auction items that you brought with you. Updated list.
Updated list as of
Oh
last
my
night.
word.
I know there's been more brought into the office this morning.
It's incredible.
It's huge. It's huge. There's some really wonderful things on there. There's tickets to the Guthrie. There's tickets to a concert at First Ave. There is signed baseball from one of the Twins players. There's quite the list there. It's, what, 4 pages long?
Yeah, Science Museum of Minnesota, family 4-pack.
Mm-hmm.
Old Log Theater, a couple of tickets. Minnesota Timberwolves tickets. Minnesota Historical Society in St. Paul, 4 admission passes.
There's Vikings tickets.
All kinds of really
There's all
useful
kinds,
items
yeah.
on here that I know that I could use. So
There is.
other people would be able to. A 10-inch cake from Dairy Queen.
Can never go wrong.
Yeah.
It's always good.
That's true. Let's see, what else do we have on here? A $20 gift certificate to Burkhartzmeyer Shoes. You can always
can
use
use new
that.
shoes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So it's unbelievable. Oh, Infants Remembered in Silence, a Turkey Trot, adult registration.
We do. We have registrations for the upcoming Turkey Trot, which will be Thanksgiving morning of 2018. We also have tickets to the Little Black Dress event that we're hosting in Owatonna. There's lots of different things to take your family out to, different things for people to go to.
Twins baseball signed by Mr. Barrios. That's pretty good.
Yeah. There's some really neat things in there. When that came in the mail, I was surprised. It came in a little padded envelope. I was surprised the post office delivered it.
A gift certificate for a haircut at Brazil's Barbershop.
You need that, Gordy.
It has to be for the haircut, though, huh?
It has to be for a haircut.
Russ, have you ever been to Brazil's and had them do their shave the old-fashioned way? They put the warm. Oh my gosh, that's so.
I have had those before and they are wonderful. Best shave in town.
Oh my word! I treat myself that now to a couple times a year.
That'd be a good thing.
It is so awesome.
I bet they could hook that up for you.
As part of this gift certificate,
I don't
you
know.
think?
You'll have to check it out and see.
Yeah, maybe I'll find out.
Since you don't really need a huge haircut, maybe they'd be willing to do something extra.
No, that's true. I always have to pay the regular price for a haircut. You got the same problem, Russ?
No,
You don't?
I do my own now.
Well, do you really?
Yeah. You can't tell? I'm shaved there, so
Well,
I just put the old electric on #1 and have at her.
I don't know.
Well, how do you do the back?
Susie.
Very carefully.
Give your wife help you, don't you?
No, Susie likes it a little longer, but I have to have it a little shorter. But in this cold weather, you do notice. You do notice that
Yeah.
your head is cold, right?
Yeah, you definitely have to have a stocking cap.
People that have hair don't realize how cold our heads get. Correct,
I didn't start
Gordy?
wearing a stocking cap until about 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago. You notice your blood flow is different as you get older.
You get a
Diana
little cold,
doesn't.
huh? I don't have that problem.
Diana doesn't have that problem.
No,
Really?
no,
I was just kidding. You don't?
no. I don't ever wear a hat. Guy, I got hair. Lots of it.
Never
Lots of
wear a
money.
hat?
Mm,
Even when it's 30 below?
no.
I can't go without one. And if I could piggyback on that, we are going to have very nice quality stocking hats for purchase at the event. So with the logo of the Camp Omega plunge on them. So
Yeah,
those will
neat
be
logo.
sold for $25 as a remembrance of the first ever and just to keep your head nice and warm.
So did one of your counselors come up with this logo?
I had a few ideas, and Kim at InstyPrints brought it to fruition here. So
That's
she
great.
gets credit for that.
I like that.
Yes.
Very
The
nice.
one that plunges underwater. The plunges underwater. On the.
Yep, it is.
Anyway, Diana, we'd be here till next week if we went over all of the items.
Oh, it's huge. There's over 250 items on the silent auction.
It's incredible. Is that the most ever?
It's pretty close. Pretty close to being the most.
So give us the time frame on all this. It starts at 8, right?
It starts at 8 o'clock. If anybody's bored and they want to help unload the trailer, you can come do that at 6:30 in the morning. Breakfast starts at 8, serves till noon. Bingo starts at 1, goes till about 3:30. We close the silent auction during the bingo break, which is about 2:30. And then there's a bake sale that runs all day long until we're sold out as well.
Yeah, it's very efficient on the silent auction, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get your
Denise
stuff and you
has that just perfectly lined up exactly how to do it. So works very, very well.
It's very efficient. Super job. The bake sale's awesome.
It's
and you got to get
wonderful.
there early for your stuff, too, because it'll run out.
Oh, yeah. We run out very quickly. There's we have apple crisp already that I've made that we're taking in. There's all kinds of things that people are talking about making and bringing in. So it's all fresh. So it's wonderful.
Apple
It's a good
crisp.
thing. Little containers of it, so it's not real huge. So yeah, it's a good thing. There's pumpkin bread and banana breads and cookies and all kinds of fun stuff.
So you mark down price on this? Or do I just give up my heart?
Nope, it's Connie DeGrood runs it, and she has it all marked, so it's all ready to go.
Okay. How many volunteers help you with this, Diana?
I would have to say the day of we'll probably have close to 100 volunteers there, and then beforehand we have all kinds of volunteers. I know today there's like 7 or 8 people coming into the office to help. It takes a lot of people. There's different people that go out and pick up items for silent auction. It takes a couple of months to do it, and it takes quite a few people to put it all together.
And you get a special permit so that kids can be involved in the bingo.
Yes, no complaining. Kids can play bingo. Their money is as good as an adult dollar bill. It's all the games are $1, and their money is just as good. Because of that, we have huge prizes. We have it's either half of the pot that people from buying your tickets, or it's $50. So that's pretty good for playing bingo.
Yeah.
And if the kids win, they usually get their money. They're usually so excited they're jumping up and down on their chairs and everything else, and they get their money counted back in $1 bills. They get to count with, so they get a lot of excitement out of that. It's
Good
great
idea.
fun.
The
Great
way
fun.
the stock market is doing lately,
This is a better deal.
much better return on your investment.
Absolutely. So yeah, if the kids can play, there's lots of fun with that. We have kids that are there playing bingo sitting on the floor, and some of the little trucks and cars and dollies all over the floor, and the parents are sitting at the tables, and everybody's having a great time.
Yep. So bring the kids, the grandkids, the great-grandkids,
They have a great time.
play bingo together.
Play bingo.
Fantastic. Now,
There's
it's not just
2
pancakes.
No, and one thing I want to say about bingo too is there's 2 coverall games as well. So the prizes on that one is win $500. 10th game and 20th game. So
Isn't that
that's
something?
fun. Lots of fun. So yes, we have pancakes. That's serving from 8 till noon, and that's pancakes and ham and scrambled eggs, orange juice, coffee. And this year we're having fresh syrup too. Someone donated some syrup from one of the syrup farms here in town, and that'll be wonderful too.
Do you mean we're going to have real maple syrup?
Real maple syrup.
I
We'll
shouldn't
have
say
the other
that.
stuff too for those who don't like it, but
Yeah, I guess the other stuff is maple syrup too. It's just not the same.
not the same, right? Right.
You like the stuff right out of the tree,
Yeah,
freshly
I do like
tapped?
it. I do like it.
Have you had that, Russ?
Absolutely. Big difference.
Big, huge difference.
Yes.
It's not even remotely the same.
No, it's not.
It's not the same thing.
It's really, I don't know how to describe the taste, but it's delicious.
It's wonderful. So that'll be a nice thing to have. You can do whichever kind of syrup you want, but that'll be there as well this year.
Nice
so.
donation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful donation.
Maybe a mixture.
Maybe.
I've never tried that.
Well, we'll scope it out and see what you think.
You might have to do that. So this helps, of course, infants remembered in silence.
Correct. It runs, what the money is used for is to pay for the programming. So we work with families who have a child that's passed away from any gestational age through early childhood, and we provide the families with bereavement packets. A lot of the money will be used for that. The packets are fairly expensive. By the time you buy a book to go in there, they're about $65 a piece. So just getting those packets put together is huge. We also use it for burial clothing. So to buy the fabric, we have a seamstress here in town. Her name is Sherry Lee. She does all of our sewing for us. But we provide all the fabric and things for it. Well, the fabric is about $20 a yard. So it's very expensive to run the program. So we're trying to make sure that we get as much funding in place for that as we can. So it's a huge help to have these fundraisers.
And you don't want these people to be burdened with another expense.
Right. There's so many expenses just with having a baby, and then to have the child pass away, especially if they've been on life support or any types of medical intervention, the bills can be horrendous. absolutely horrendous. So we try to do as much as we possibly can to help the families, and it's all done free of charge, because there's no way you can put a price on what we can provide for them.
No.
After the child's passed away, we can do handprints and footprints and sculptures of their hands and feet, and we help them with taking pictures and all kinds of different things that we can do to help.
Now, I don't know if you know off the top of your head, it's not bald like mine. Do you remember how many people you served in 2017, roughly? Can you give me an approximate?
Well, it's counted different ways. We track by moms because she always stays consistent. We had approximately, it's probably about 1,300 moms that we worked with. That's the number. We count it by packets that we give out. So we count the bereavement packets, and so those are going into the 6 counties that we're in. It goes into their hospitals and their funeral homes, and that's where they can contact us. So that's how we count them. So that's about where we're at.
Wow.
It's a lot. And then on top of that, then you add in the grandparents. We give each mom and each dad, we give them each a set of parents, and then we give them each one sibling and one friend. And by just totaling that, we know those numbers are very, very low. We know we're helping more people than that, but that brings us up between 6,000 and 7,000 people a year.
Now, at last year's event, you had some statues, right? Some little...
Oh, the angel statue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was there.
How'd the sales of those go?
I think we have one left, but we've ordered him in multiple times.
Okay.
Multiple
These are
times.
awesome.
They're beautiful. Russ saw the statue. He was in the office yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So he got to see the statue out in front, and it's a replica of the statue that's in front of the IRIS house, which has brought a lot of attention to the organization. Just people coming from all over the place to see it, which is pretty nice. Yesterday we had people, I think they left just before you got there, that came from Albert Lee to see it.
Wow.
So it's pretty.
Come all the way from Albert Lee to see an angel statue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, my mom collected angels and bears,
Okay. Yep.
figurines.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think a year before she passed, I found an angel bear up at the gift shop at the hospital.
There you go.
It was perfect. It might have
Absolutely.
been the most cherished birthday gift the last, 10 years of her life, maybe. She
You
loved
hit it
that
right on
thing.
the head. You got everything all combined in one. That's
Yep.
a good thing.
An angel bear. It was a bear with angel's wings. All right, Russ. So the dollars here go to your adult family retreat center. What kind of details can you give me about that facility?
Well, the facility, we're at $2 million raised right now on a $3.5 million project. Getting very excited with the upcoming steps that are approaching this spring and summer.
You got the
The
land,
excavator will be coming out with some infrastructure development, restructuring some roads, digging up holes for septic improvement. Before we really run out of time, though, I'd like to make sure the committee, people helping with the plunge in this event, Steve Nordmeyer in Morristown has been very helpful. This Dennis Schmidtke, Jim Warnamunde, former Faribault Insurance. Jim's been outstanding. Kurt Brown is getting involved also with some of the layout and the tent and the construction of the facility. So
those are a who's who of the Morristown area.
Yes, very, very helpful in pulling this first one off.
Now you say that like we're going to have a second one.
Lord willing, the table's being set. I believe this facility, this jumping pit or this jumping arena area will be there. So it's a perfect spot, year in and year out.
Yeah, sounds like it's safe. That was the number one thing, I'm sure, when you were putting this together. We want it to be safe.
Right. The insurance company really wanted that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
They kind of stressed that point a little bit. That's why some of the other spots were eliminated, or better choices were made.
Because there's nowhere out at Camp Omega you could do this.
Horseshoe Lake could have worked,
Right.
but again, you have some. There's good and bad issues of each selection. Down at the park in Morristown was one of the last options, and just the place we wanted it just wasn't as secure as it should be. There's some rocks around the area where we wanted to have the jump, and that wasn't going to work like we thought it could.
There's none of that at the community center
None.
site.
Right, none.
So registration is at 10, first jumpers at 11:30. Anything else you want to get the word on, Diana, before we have a few minutes left here?
We'll have everything will be open and ready to go by 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. Invite everybody to come down, bring your family and friends. we only sell tickets at the door, so you don't have to hunt around trying to find somebody to buy tickets from. So we'll be ready to go.
Well,
so come join us.
The neat thing about your event, now obviously you want people to come and enjoy the whole day.
Right.
I'm not trying to dissuade people from doing that, but the neat thing about it is if you just have time to have breakfast,
You can
come
come
down
and
and
just
have a
have
breakfast.
breakfast, right.
If you just have time to play some bingo,
Come have play bingo.
Play
You
bingo.
don't have to stay for the whole day. You don't
Oh.
have to. You can play 2 games of bingo and leave if you want to.
right, or you can come down, grab some baked goods, and
We've had plenty of people who came down last year just to buy just the baked goods and left. So that's okay.
And then there's the silent auction items you can put bids on while you're playing bingo, you know.
And if you're not there, we call you if you win. So on a silent auction item. So we'll make sure that you know that you got the winning bid on it. So.
Yeah, probably prefer that they're there, right? It's kind of a pain when they're not.
It's kind of a hassle, but we
Yeah.
make it work.
No,
We have lots of volunteers that come in and help load, load everything back up, and we take everything back to the office and we straighten it all out, and we call everybody and say, hey.
So you ever see things on here that you bid on?
I don't bid.
Oh, you don't?
I don't bid. That would be, in my mind, very inappropriate for me to bid on anything.
Oh, okay.
So
All
I
right.
don't bid on anything. There are many things on there I wish I could go to. And I've had people who have won a bid on something and have taken me with them to different items, but
Well, that's
normally-
nice.
Yeah, very nice of them to do that. So that's kind of fun. I had some friends who won some tickets one year, and I got to go with them, so that was fun. So, but yeah, there's lots of things that are on there, and I'm looking at it going, oh, I'd really like to have that, but no, I don't bid.
They've got a number of items here that have been donated in memory of people.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
That's really a neat thing to do too.
It's very cool.
So it's
Good way.
overwhelming when you walk around the Legion because it's almost the whole outside of the building is completely covered with silent auction items. We just don't put anything on the line where the serving window is. Otherwise, it's all the way around. It's a lot of stuff. Denise Gillen, who runs the silent auction, does a wonderful job, like you said, with closing it down, and it's very smooth. There's not a lot of messing around with it.
$50 gift certificate to dining at Depot Tavern in Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's associated with First Ave.
Yeah. Wow.
There's-
Riverbend Nature Center.
Mhm.
As the maple
Yeah,
syrup, as
yeah,
you mentioned.
mhm.
T-shirt, Orwin Rustad book. Well, I'll have to get one of those.
There's all kinds of neat stuff on
Yeah.
there. If they actually go onto our Facebook page, they can actually see the list. There's an event page for the Irish Pancake Breakfast, and we keep an updated list on there as to what's going on. So visit one of the Facebook pages, and you'll find it there.
All right. Thanks, Diana. We'll see you Sunday.
Thank you, Gordy. Thanks for calling bingo.
Yeah. Thanks, Russ. Appreciate it.
Very appreciative of being on here. Thank
You're
you.
tuned to KDHLAM in Faribault, Minnesota. Have a great weekend.